What up, family? Man, um, life is amazing. It'll teach you very, very intense lessons, especially when you get time to meditate on certain things that you're dealing with, and then you learn some things. Uh, I was just reviewing when I was younger and in school, and how some kids progressed and how some didn't. Some were introverts, some, were excited. They interacted with the teachers. And I started thinking about that. Why would some kids be introverts and why would some be, outgoing and things of that nature? And I had to start thinking about when I was young. And when I was young, I would ask my mom a lot of questions, just question after question after question. And most of the time, sometimes she would do this. I observed other parents, but they would say, "Stop being nosy, boy," or you ask too many questions, and so I found out psychologically what happens is the kids that were made to suppress their questions, like the parents will say, "Don't ask many questions. You're nosy. You're just being in grown folks' business and things of that nature." I don't mean questions that are were inappropriate. I mean just general questions of life. So when we went to school and the teacher wanted to interact with with the teacher wanted the students to interact with them, those kids that parents that engaged and answered the questions would be more likely to raise their hand and interact with the teacher, and usually they got better grades. So the kids that didn't looked at the teachers as adults and felt that I shouldn't ask questions because psychologically my parents told me don't get in grown folks' business, don't ask questions. So parents that interacted mostly with their children got kids that were sharper, asked more questions. That way they got better information to answer questions and became better students a lot of times. Not in all situations, but a lot of times. So what we do is when we get in life and you grow up, that's why a lot of times when you go to your pastor or preacher or whatever, you don't ever ask questions, even on a spiritual matter. You don't ever ask questions. You just sit there and he said, you know, this is what God says, and you never challenge that. And things in life, we just sometimes in the workplace, you have those guys that just go along, with mediocrity. Just go along with whatever it is. I'm not going to float the boat, and those guys never rise up in the ranks. Most of the time, they're never achievers. So what things that you can learn from your kids by watching, observing, interact with them. Become great students of your children because they'll teach you a lot of things about life, and you can give them the skills that they need to be more effective communicators. This is a tool they're gonna need. So give them all the tools, man. Sometimes parents have egos. Sometimes when kids are asking questions, parents don't have the answer, and we feel like my child feel like I'm stupid or I don't know, so I just cut it off by saying, "Be quiet, don't ask questions," but go search out the answer. The other thing is, get your child and go look it up. Look up an answer to a question. Try to find it with them. Show that that adult is always learning. Close the gap on things of that nature. So once again, it's just what you can learn from kids or what you can learn from children. So it's James Harper coming to you once again with my partner in crime, Derek Esmond. And always, I'll see you at the top.